is sending his, is going for his daughter's Bharatanatyam class. What in Pune devotees do, there are devotee Matajis who teach Bharatanatyam in the same block, and many of them send their children to same block. They don't have to go and drop them also. You don't have to take them in your car and take them to a faraway place. You should figure out some way by which his daughter can go to her class herself without he having to go. Like the son is going for swimming lessons, so he has to find out if there can be some 2-3 friends who can go together. So he has to figure out how these things can be solved, but he will do that when he tries to take the early morning hours to chant. Because when chanting is done in the early morning, you get clarity of vision. You put spiritual life on top priority. By putting spiritual life on top priority, Krishna will take care of your material life. There is a song in Hindi which says, "Jab tum Bhagavan naam mein, Bhagavan tumhare kaam mein. Jab tum apne kaam mein, Bhagavan apne dham mein." You know what is the meaning of this? If you are chanting Lord's name, the Lord will do your work. And if you are busy with your work, Lord is busy doing Leela with his devotees in spiritual work. I'll tell you a true story. You know this Akbar and Birbal. Birbal is a Muslim name, but Birbal's Hindu name was Mahesh Das. That was his name. So he was a Hindu, so he used to chant Ram Nam daily. One day, Akbar took him to forest, for hunting, and they were moving around in the horse. And Akbar had planned that he will come back by 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock or so back to palace. So, but then it so happened that in the forest they got stranded, it got late, it became like 12:30 it became. And Akbar said, by the time we go, it will be 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock, and I am already hungry. So what do you think, Birbal? Birbal said, no, this is my japa time. 12:30, 2:30 I chant daily. So now he immediately sat under a large banyan tree with his Padmasana. He started sitting and started chanting. And Akbar asked him, if you are chanting, then what about the food? Birbal said, something will be arranged by the Lord, we will see later, but now it's time for chanting. Then Akbar climbed up the tree and then searched, and he saw a mountain and a hut there. So it was almost a couple of kilometers away. So he took his horse and went in the direction. And then he patted the door, and then the people opened the house and they saw the king. They were very amazed. They welcomed him and they made him sit and then gave him prasad, everything, and he ate that. And they thanked him for visiting their house and everything, and Akbar happily, now his stomach was full, he was happy, he was about to leave. When he just left the house, a few steps he walked ahead, immediately he got the thought in his mind, anyway, I had a very good food, I should carry something for Birbal also. So he asked them to pack some rotis. So they packed some 6-8 big rotis and the sabji and everything. They packed and gave him. Take it. So he took it and came. By the time when he arrived at the tree, it was almost 2:30. Birbal had just finished the rounds. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, over. Hare Kṛṣṇa, last mantra he chanted. And then he opened his eyes, and as he stood up, Akbar came and said, "Oh Birbal, would you like to eat?" He asked. Birbal said, "Yes. If something is available, I can take." He said, "Yes, I have brought for you, take it." So then Birbal sat and started eating. And then Akbar asked Birbal, "See, I went and found out a place and I brought the food. And therefore you got the food," he said. Birbal said, No. Lord has sent me the food. Just now I finished my chanting, so Lord has sent me my lunch," he said. Akbar was surprised. "What are you saying? How do you say Lord sent you? I brought it for you," he said. And then Birbal asked, "But who reminded you to bring for me? When you finished your food and you were about to come back, who told you in your heart that you should carry prasad for me?" Akbar said, "Yeah, I felt that, I got that indication. That indication was given by the same Lord who is in your heart and my heart also. So the Lord in my heart is saying I am chanting, and the same Lord in your heart is telling you to bring prasad for me. Yoga kshemam ahamyaham," he said. So in this way, Birbal had that faith. So Birbal was doing Lord's work and Lord was doing Birbal's work. Akbar got busy in his work, isn't it? So Akbar couldn't chant, he was busy going there. So the point is, here our Ravi, he is not focused in spiritual life. He is putting spiritual life on a back burner. He is not putting it in the front. Those who give first priority to spiritual life, Krishna will give them the sadbuddhi, the clarity of thought, focus and intelligence. They can do many things in the day. But between morning and night, they can do innumerable things with the God-given intelligence. So if he did that, if he chanted with the beads in the morning, he would know how to manage all these different situations. And also some people in India, what they do, parents even sell their house and pay the fee of the student in America. You know that? Like one parent had a house which is 50 lakhs. So they sold the house and told the son, now you go to America and study with this money. And then come back with such a money that you will give back our house. They take the risk. In those days it was working. But now suddenly you see recession or something comes. Then it's like Alibaba and 40 thieves. You know the story? You open a sesame and close sesame. You go inside, you can't come out. Imagine they put 50 lakhs. And they put the money now, they have already spent the money here in America. Now he wants a job and Trump, some problem comes, there is no job here. Trump is saying some people go back. If he goes to India, will he be able to make the money? No, just see. So therefore one should be very careful in taking calculated risks. One should not take too big risks. So this fellow is taking too big risks, beyond his capacity. Just like a snake wants to eat a frog, but the frog is a big frog. So the snake was trying to capture him, and half frog was inside, half frog was outside, and the frog was flapping with his hands and legs. He told the snake, either you eat me or leave me. You are not able to eat me, at least you leave me alive. So in this way we should not take up things which are beyond us. So if you don't know the priorities in life, we tend to, like how many of you experienced in your prasadam plate, you took a lot, and then later on after finishing half you couldn't finish the rest. You experience of that? Generally people do on festival days because they are afraid prasad may get over. So they take a lot. So don't take a lot. Take little, finish that and then take. Therefore it is said, you should not cut leg to chappal size. You should buy chappal according to leg size. Which means, whatever you have money, that much only you should spend. Don't spend outside this. But nowadays people buy everything on loan nowadays. Yeah. So that is why this fellow's life got very complicated. He complicated it by neglecting spiritual life. That's the main thing. Okay, here another important topic is coming up. Please read, one of you read it. Where's the mic with you?
If I spread love but get rudeness in reciprocation, then what to question? If we are nice to people, why are some still rude in return? The formula of life, being a mirror, does not apply to individuals. It's like a few pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, and assuming you understand the whole picture. People have free will to be good or bad, kind or rude, regardless of our actions. We cannot control others, no matter how strong or good we are. The formula of life, being a mirror, applies to life as a whole. If we give love and joy to others, we may not receive it back from them, but it will come back to us from somewhere else when we need it the most.
It may not come from the same person, but it has to come back, because for every action there is an opposite reaction. It will come. It may come from someone else. Let us do a drama now. Anybody? Ravi and Shyam too again. Anybody else? Like to try? You can give Matajis, two Matajis also, they can try. Again, Ravi is, as I told you, notorious character, I told you.
Mataji is from?
Yeah, two Matajis do, yeah, yes. Yes.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Yeah.
Okay. Shyam Prabhu, I believe in the tit for tat with people who try to outsmart me It's hard to be compassionate to bad elements.
Great souls are compassionate to all, like Yudhishthira was to Duryodhana.
I prefer Bhima, who is uncompromising. Yudhishthira seems too timid.
Yudhishthira followed dharma, treating all, even enemies, as children of God. He was loved by saints, Krishna, and the citizens of his virtues.
Even after all his love, Yudhishthira got no love from Duryodhana.
But he received guidance and blessings from great souls, and in the end, Krishna coronated him as the ideal king.
True, Yudhishthira was more fortunate than Duryodhana.
Dharma rakshati rakshataha. Protecting dharma ensures protection. Yudhishthira had Krishna on his side. We should love even our so-called enemies.
I agree, Shyam Prabhu. It's a high standard to aspire to.
Yeah, you understand? Huh? So although Ravi was initially thinking that Bhima is greater, but all the Pandavas were headed by Yudhishthira Maharaj, who could keep even Bhima under control. So Bhima is more aggressive. And Yudhishthira Maharaj kept him guided properly. So here it talks about tit for tat. Sometimes in the modern times people ask, there are so many people who are selfish and we come across in our life. So if they do something to us, should we do back or not? Should we take a revenge or not? People ask. So this question, when I had spoken in Chapati temple, one Prerna lecture, tit for tat are tolerated like that. That went viral everywhere because I understood that people are very much looking answer for this question in their life. So what Shastras say about it? Shastras say don't cheat others and don't get cheated. Don't trouble others and don't get troubled by others also. So you have to be midway. That's called assertive behavior, we call it. Like once Narada had one snake as his disciple, and the snake was pelted with stones by some boys, and the body of the snake was full of bruises. When he came to Narada, Narada said, okay, next time you go to the village, you hiss at them, they will run away. But don't bite them, he said. And snake precisely did that. And whenever the boys came with stones to pelt him, they immediately ran away. Boys ran away. So he didn't hurt the boys by a bite. At the same time, he could use it for protecting himself. So how does it connect with us in our lives? We should not let others exploit us, surely. You take your rights, you let others have their rights. That is actually called assertive behavior. Some of us may be too timid and soft. How many of you feel that you are too soft many times, you are unable to express your needs to others? You feel like that. We have almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost 15, 20 devotees. Okay. How many of you feel that you are on the pushy side, you just will break tooth of others, you don't fear anybody? Who is that? How many of you feel like that? You are on the stronger side? Or we have only one? Actually, many devotees are not raising hand, but there may be more than one also. Yeah. Some of us are a little afraid to be seen like that. We have a little pushy nature. Like one time in one of the seminars in Mayapur, Anuttam Prabhu asked all of us, how many of the leaders give freedom to your subordinates? Everybody raised a hand. Then he told us, I asked the wrong question to you guys. I should ask this question to your subordinates. They should tell. And he said, then we will come to know really how many of you give freedom. Because every leader thinks I am what type of leader? Good leader. So you are good or bad, who should say? Your team subordinates should say that. So, if you are on that timid side, that's called passive behavior. Passive means you let others walk on your head and you bury pent-up feelings, which will come out in ugly way later. And aggressive means you are insensitive to others, you may stare at them angrily, you may raise your tone, you may be intimidating. This type of people are aggressive. And passive people are timid, they put their head down, they can't express their thoughts, they hope and pray everything will be alright. And things are not alright many times. So these two are two extremes of the pendulum. And the midway is assertive. Assertive means politely express your concerns and be firm in your stand without diluting. That is assertive. That's what Narada taught the snake. Huh? He told him, you hiss but you don't bite, he said. Like you will see Pandavas, when they were trying to be exploited by Kauravas, the Pandavas always protected themselves, they defended themselves. Huh? They survived and ultimately they became kings of the world. So, and Lord Krishna was always there to guide them. So, we have to always check our intentions and our actions very carefully, whether I am rightly doing or I am wrongly doing. What is aggressive and what is passive, one has to properly estimate before going ahead with one's action. So here's a quiz question. You can answer this, please read it. Following the example. Who has the mic with you? No, you have to quiz, you can read the quiz question.
Following the example of Yudhishthira, some people tolerate exploitation by greedy individuals. However, later their hearts become filled with resentment.
Resentment means hatred, yeah.
And explode with double intensity. What would would be
your
best suggestion to such individuals?
So you read the 4 answers and people will choose one of the 4, 1 or 2, whatever.
Continue suppressing emotions and appear tolerant externally. B. Publicly expose and shame the exploiters to feel justified. C. Seek guidance from superiors to process hard spiritually with integrity and compassion. D. Cut off all relationship and isolate oneself to avoid future hurt.
So ABCD, anybody would like to answer that? Which one?
C.
Yeah? Yes? C. Yeah, C is the answer. Yeah. Correct. I think somebody thinking A also, I think. Huh? A will explode in an ugly way later. It's not good. A is not good. Also B is something which many people do. Publicly expose and shame exploiters to feel justified. And then that is sometimes, many times blown out of proportion also sometimes. And the D also many people do. Whenever such things happen, they cut off all relationships. Some people even leave the ISKCON community and put a wall around themselves. They become loners in the community. Sometimes they're sitting in a dark room, in a gloomy room, all alone. They think, just because one devotee was bad, they say ISKCON is bad. They completely keep away, which is not good. Yeah. So here is another very important thing coming up. It's called Yatha Drishti Tatha Srishti. Please read this, yeah. This is from the Vedas. As your vision is, so the world around you. If I wear a yellow specs, everything will look yellow. If I wear a black specs, everything looks black, like that. Go ahead.
Mind as tinted spectacles. If the mind is filled with disturbance and negative thoughts, everything and everyone seems bad. If the mind is dominated by calm and loving thoughts, people around seems loving and good.
Yeah, like once one boy came from the college, he had top of the class, he was first rank. When he was dancing his way back to the youth hostel and when he came back to the room. So whom he was looking at, he was smiling and everybody saw he was very happy because he got good results. And then when another boy was returning back, he got failed in 1 or 2 papers. His mind was very disturbed. So this boy was telling him, Haribol, Prabhu, what was the mark? What Haribol? Horrible, he said. I got horrible marks. So you will see that whenever things are not going as per our expectation, we get frustrated, correct? So the whole world looks gloomy when things didn't go our way. So that's what he is saying, that our outlook is based on the state of mind. Yeah, go ahead.
Vedic statement, Yatha Drishti Tatha Shrishti. As the vision, so the world. Example, when you succeed, you're jolly and see happiness everywhere. If you lose something dear, you become irritated and see every small problem as anger.
Yeah. So why are we trying to understand this? I will tell you. we should learn to detach ourselves from the mind and not take the mind very seriously. Because you are not your mind, you are different from your mind. Like Prabhu Ramachandra, Lord Rama, he was made king one day, next day was told to go to forest. He had that equanimity to remain the same in both situations. So great souls, what is their thought process? What they think is, I came into this world with empty hands and I leave this world with empty hands. In between I catch many things and leave. So why should I worry so much that I lost something or gained something? Don't jump like a monkey when you get something. Don't cry in psychosomatic depression when you lose something. Because things come and go, plus minus, plus minus, plus minus. Finally at the time of death, gone, nothing will remain. So your situation is same as when you came at the time of birth. So if you read the 12th canto, 3rd chapter, there's a Bhumi Gita. Bhumi Devi, she's laughing at the kings. She's telling, these foolish kings want to expand their kingdom even beyond the oceans also. There are kings. She says, these fools helplessly leave this world like the newborn child helplessly coming into this world. Like that they are leaving this world helplessly. Like newborn child will be quack, 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 quack. You have seen that? Small baby. Similarly, old man also is waving hands and legs. You have seen that? In the bed. They leave. In between they are fighting for land, fighting for property and everything. Foolish, like that she says. So, therefore in this world there is no need to, cry too much or laugh too much, because ultimately everything will remain behind. Only thing we carry with us is Bhakti Sukriti. That is indeletable, undepletable. It will always go with the soul. Punya Pap also goes with the soul, but Punya and Pap will be nullified. 3, 2, 1, 0, it will be forward. Punya. Pap also -3, -2, -1, 0. Both will get dissolved. Only Bhakti Sukriti will go. Then why worry unnecessarily? Go ahead.
Saints and sages, they see Lord's presence, orderliness and peace everywhere. Criminals and gangsters, they live in hiding, suspicious of everyone they meet, fearing they might be informers of the police or the police. The Chinese proverb is, if you see faults everywhere, then look into yourself. Examples of transformation. Srila Prabhupada saw good in hippies and turned them into Krishna devotees. Haridas Thakur saw potential in a prostitute and made her a devotee. When I am in Vrindavan, said Prabhupada, it is transcendental. That much mercy Krishna has shown me. And wherever there is our center, that is also Vaikuntha. New York, Los Angeles, Paris or London.
So, when Prabhupada was in the hippie land, the hippies told him, Prabhupada, sorry to bring you to such a dirty place like this. Prabhupada said, why do you say that? This is Vaikuntha, he said. They asked, really? How is this Vaikuntha? He said, because you are all chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa. Therefore it is Vaikuntha. In India, one devotee asked Prabhupada, Prabhupada, are there mosquitoes in Goloka? He asked. Because we are troubled by mosquitoes in India here, he said. Prabhupada said, if there are any mosquitoes, they all are chanting Hare Kṛṣṇa. And they don't sting anybody. Like that he said. So, that was Prabhupada's consciousness, always. So, wherever someone is chanting, that is spiritual world. That love he saw like that. And he saw in hippies the potential to make them into devotees. There was a big package of sinful activities they were carrying, like smoking, drinking, drugs and everything. But for Prabhupada, it was not a big thing. He saw that one spark of bhakti in their hearts. Just like, imagine there's a huge quantity of hay kept. One spark of fire is enough to burn it all down. So Prabhupada saw that one spark of Krishna consciousness. He focused on that. That's the way a great devotee sees. Haridas Thakur also saw similar potential in the prostitute to become a devotee. So that's the right type of consciousness. Like you go to a garden, you may return back and say, oh, the garden is full of thorny bushes. Or somebody may return back and say, oh, the garden is full of fragrant roses. Who is true? Are there fragrant roses or thorny bushes? Which one? Both. But your choice is to prefer to see whichever one you want. Somebody may go to garden and hurt the fingers and come back and say, oh God, I'm bleeding now because of the thorny bushes. Somebody may go and carefully pluck a rose and come and say, see this fragrant rose, how nice it is. So you will see in this world, all the people have a combination of good and bad. If you see every devotee, the devotees have one good side, one bad side. So one should know how to magnify the good side and bring the best out of the devotee, rather than point the bad side of the devotee and choke the devotee. So, therefore it depends on what do you want to see in others, or do you blame others. So Prabhupada could have easily come to America and said, all these hippies are useless fellows, all smoking, drinking drugs, I am going back to India to Vrindavan to chant japa. He would have done that. If he did that, we won't be sitting now and talking all this. The world would not have benefited. We can see that Prabhupada even in the, you know what Prabhupada told the hippies? He said that once there was a stick, there was a copper wire, and there was one pumpkin. One man took all the three and combined them, and then made one instrument. Tung, 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 tung. He was playing with that veena kind of thing. Similarly, Prabhupada said, you see, you hippies, you got into bad track and all the bad habits you had, you were there. And I am an old man coming to America, and my English is not very clear, it is more Bengali accented. And the country America is very materialistic. And although there is a lot of wealth here, but somehow by combining these things, Krishna made a miracle. Just like the veena sound playing, he combined all three of us and he made something very wonderful. Because Prabhupada was always positive in every situation. Like he was looking in one city and said, this city is very difficult to preach, he said. People are extremely materialistic, nobody is interested here, he said. And then devotees thought Prabhupada may say that we will leave this place and go to another place, but we are not going to leave them. He said, go and distribute books, he said. So, he was always like that. One time, a devotee was telling Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, you know, what do you think about these people? These are all demons, isn't it? And then Prabhupada said, see, they are already suffering. So you should show compassion to them. If you call them as demons and dismiss them, they have no hope. You show them compassion and reach out the books to them compassionately, like that he said. So Prabhupada saw the possibility of bringing everybody to Krishna consciousness. That is a saintly vision. Saintly vision means saints always see good potential in jivas to bring them to Krishna consciousness. Once His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu came to Pune, he was giving a class. So after the class, one boy asked a question to him, Prabhu, if we go to somebody to show Prabhupada books, and they say, I am an atheist, I am not interested in these books, then what to do, Prabhu? He asked. Prabhupada said, oh, then this book is for you. Because the atheistic person doesn't know about God, you should know about God. These books tell you about God. So take this and read. Thank you for revealing your heart that you are atheist. Very good, please take this. So we have brought information for you only. Like that he said, you should give it. So he was telling one interesting observation. He said the jivas in the marketplace, you know, they are all what Shakti? Tatastha Shakti. Because of that they are open-minded. He said, if you go and show a book, the jiva considers, let me see the book. Therefore the more you show, the more you sell, he says. So show it, because jivas have choice to choose Krishna or Maya. Give them a chance to choose Krishna, like that he says. Highly positive, he emits a lot of positive energy. Many of us got very inspired by him in book distribution in Pune. So this is very important for a devotee to be able to see the sunny side of people, positive side of people. Like for example, if you take a boat, for example, for the boat, is the ocean friend or is the ocean enemy? For the boat, what do you think? Because we have heard about shipwrecks and all, correct, no? For the boat, is it an enemy or a friend, the ocean? Okay, some of them are saying friend, they are saying. Both, it depends, you can say. Because if the ocean water comes into the boat, then the water becomes enemy. And if you don't let the water come in, the same water can aid the boat to reach destination. So Kali Yuga is like an ocean of faults, and we all are in the boat of ISKCON. So we should not allow the Kali Yuga faults to enter into ISKCON boat. So if we keep this ISKCON boat pure, then we can use these sufferings because due to suffering everybody is suddenly screaming. Instead of screaming, we can scream, Rama, we can scream. Call out the holy name and we go back to Godhead. Yeah. So here is one story called Valley of the Gods. So one of you can take the narrator's role, where you can read what is in the bracket, okay? It's like a drama kind of thing. And another person is a saint, and there is one echo voice, okay? So who will be the man? Okay, one should be narrator. Who will be narrator? Raise the hand. Okay, he will be narrator. And who is the man who is curious and short-tempered man? Okay, you can be that. And who is a saint, wise and peaceful? Okay, you can be a saint, okay? Okay. And then echo voice, background off stage can be played with the mic or speaker effect, okay? That one another voice has to come, it will come, echo voice will come, okay? Who is the fourth one? Okay. Go ahead, read that, yeah. Narrator, start it.
Long ago.
The Valley of Gods. You should read like this.
The Valley of Gods.
Yeah.
Long ago, a man.
The bracket.
Oh, I need to say bracket. Stage set with rocks, green backdrop, man enters looking curious. Long ago, a man heard stories about a sacred valley where the voice of God could be heard. Eager and excited, he set off in search of this mysterious place.
Man, looking around curious. The Valley of Gods. Surely, I'll hear something divine here.
He makes silence. He grows restless.
Can't you say something? Shouting.
And the echo?
Echoed voice. Can't you say something?
Yeah, you have to repeat 3 times. Can't you say something? Can't you say something? Can't you say something? Echo, yeah. Yes.
Can't you say something?
How rude of you to shout.
How rude I be to shout? How rude I be to shout? How rude I be to shout? Like that you should say, okay? Yeah. And then?
I hate you.
I hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
Hurt and disappointed, the man left the valley angrily and went to a nearby village where a saint was giving a discourse on the wisdom of the scriptures. Scene 2. In the village, stage changes to a peaceful setting. Saint sits with a few villagers.
And the Lord's voice came to be heard in the heart of nature, especially in the valley of God.
Excuse me, Saint. That's not true. I went there myself, and all I heard was rude, harsh words.
Did you really? Why don't we go there together and you can show me?
You really like a saintly voice, huh? Yes.
Fine. But I am not saying a word this time.
Scene 3. Back at the valley. Back to the first scene setup. Saint folds hands reverently.
O Lord of Mountain, my respectful greeting to you.
My respectful greetings to you 3 times.
My respectful greetings to you. My respectful greetings to you. My respectful greetings to you.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. I love you.
How is that possible?
Dear friend, life is just like this valley. When we speak with anger, the word echo anger. When we speak with love, the word reflect love.
The scriptures say, Yatha drishti tatha shrishti. As the vision, so the creation. If you carry peace, love and goodwill in your heart, the world becomes a better place, starting with you.
I understand now. If I want to hear sweetness, I must speak sweetly first.
Yeah.
Man and saint walk off together as the lights fade.
Yeah. So, very nicely performed there, beautifully. Yeah. So it is said, give respect, get respect. Give affection, get affection. Throw rose-scented waters on others, they will throw rose-scented waters on you. Throw gutter water on others, they will throw gutter waters on you. Yeah? So, the world is a mirror. Other people reflect. Sometimes we wonder why people are so bad to me. We don't ask the question, what did I do to them for them to be so bad to me? Like I throw a ball on the wall, it comes back to me. We don't ask that question. So this talks about how life is a mirror. So this whole point is about, like we were saying here, yatha drishti tata srishti. The spectacles we wear, is it positive spectacles or negative spectacles? So let us assume that somebody has a negative spectacles. The first thing they see is bad. They don't see anything good. There are some people like that. One devotee told me, Prabhu, I am sorry to say this. Anywhere I look at anybody, first thing that comes to my mind is what is bad in them. And I may also say that yes, they also may have some good. So then I showed him this one. I'll show you what it is. Just a minute. This is Sati, going to the assembly of her father, Vajpayee Yajna. She was very upset with her father, Daksha, because Daksha committed many mistakes. You all know that in the assembly he misbehaved with Shiva by insulting him terribly. Not only, to cut the long story short, I'll tell you the background. One Daksha Prajapati was a great progenitor of mankind. He was entering the assembly and all the devatas stood up, seeing his effulgence and his great position as an assistant to Brahma, his son of Brahma, and who is going to be a progenitor of mankind, Prajapati. Everybody saluted, but Shiva and Brahma didn't get up. Brahma need not get up, he is a father. But Shiva didn't get up because Shiva was absorbed in remembrance of Lord Vasudeva. And so this fellow, while entering, he told, look at this Shiva. He said, I gave my daughter in marriage to him. My daughter's eyes are like a doe eyes, like a deer's eyes. Whereas Shiva's eyes are like owl's eyes, like that he criticized. And then he criticized in so many different ways. And then he told finally, it is only on the request of this Parameshti, Brahmaji, who is sitting here. Because of his request, I gave my daughter in marriage to him. Like that he scolded Brahma also. Sometimes you've seen some people, angry people, they scold anybody also, you see that? When their anger just goes out of control. He spoke like that, very offensive. After that, Shiva plugged his ears and left that place. All others left the place and Shiva also got up and left. So many people told Prajapati, Daksha, please don't speak like this, stop your shouting and everything. He didn't listen to anybody. So later on, he was conducting this Vajpayee again in his place. He called everybody except Shiva. But Parvati, Shiva's wife Sati, she wanted to go. But Shiva was not ready to come with her. And he even told her that you will be insulted, but she didn't listen. She went there, and there she saw that although her 12 sisters, with tears in their eyes, they welcomed her, embraced her. Her mother also received her well. And then all the Brahmanas also stood up to respect her because Sati is a very big character, very important personality. Shiva's wife. But Daksha, he looked at her like this and turned his face away. He didn't even care for her because of seeing her connection with Shiva. That time she comes here and then scolds him. While scolding him, this is what she is speaking. Oh father, according to the amount of tamas, there are 4 types of bad persons. Asadu, asadutara, asadutama, atyasadutama. She is telling, see 4 types of Mahatmas and 4 types of Asadhus. Both she spoke. She said, first one, the Mahat means that person who thinks that potential faults will turn into good. Which means, a Mahat devotee will point fault in a person. But he will tell the devotee, Prabhu, if you take care of this one thing, you will become a wonderful devotee. Take care, don't do this mistake. So he tells affectionately to somebody that this small fault of yours can be eradicated if you just follow this one procedure, like that he says. And Mahattara, he sees the good and bad, but focuses on the good. Like for example, like there may be a merchant, who comes to the temple on a Janmashtami day. So he may say that, oh, this merchant is such a good person, he never misses, every year Janmashtami he comes. Like that he glorifies. And then thirdly, Mahattama means he magnifies even a small quality and neglecting the bad. So that is amazing. Like person is going in the train, some thief stole his purse. Next morning he will say, such a good thief. He stole my purse but he didn't kill me. Such a nice thief. Like that is appreciated thief also. So Mahatma means he magnifies even a small good quality, he magnifies like that. And seeing good qualities where there are none, that is Ati Mahatma. He says in this world there are no bad people, everybody is good. In case you see something bad, that is only due to circumstance, they are behaving like that. Otherwise all jivas are Krishna's part and parcel. Nobody has any fault. Everybody is good, like that this is Ati Mahatma. So this is Mahattara, Mahatma, Ati Mahatma. Now Asadu you see. Asadu means he thinks good qualities will turn into faults. Is Asadu. So he tells the Asadu that, hey, look at this new devotee, how is he dancing in Kirtan? So ecstatically he will say. So Asadu will say, okay, we will see how long this entu goes on. He will not believe that the bad qualities, the good quality will remain forever. Like that he feels. And he sees faults only, overlooking the good qualities. That's Asadu Tara. Like our Ramsana President, this fellow is renounced, but look at him how much he is eating. Like one time one devotee was serving. So there was one devotee who was eating more. Give me more, give me more. This devotee was commenting that, hey, why he is eating so much? I told him, see, this food you are not going to digest, he is going to digest. Why are you worried? Give him whatever he wants. So this Asadu Tara means he doesn't see good qualities. He sees only bad qualities, faults only. Asadu Tama, he will take a small fault and magnify them and see no good qualities at all. Sometimes devotees take some devotees small mistake and they blow it out of proportion without knowing it. Like for example, one time one complaint came to me. Somebody said, Prabhu, one Prabhuji in our congregation, he, his wife and 2 children, they were sitting in a railway station in a table and they were eating bhaji. I saw that. And this devotee is initiated devotee. How he can buy bhaji and eat just outside the train? I saw them sitting and eating like this. So then I called the devotee to the temple and I said, Prabhu, when you travel outdoor, once a devotee observed you during the yatra time when we were returning, that you were sitting eating in the table. He said, Prabhu, that bhaji my wife prepared, we carried it with us. We were only sitting there and we were just eating. We just used the table, but it was prepared by my wife, we carried it. It's prasad actually. How will you eat outside bhaji? He was telling like that. And by the time this devotee who complained to me, he had gone and told 2 dozen devotees that Prabhuji eats outside bhaji. Because his initiated is eating, I think we are also allowed to eat. Everybody can eat like that. So then I called the devotee and said, go and seek forgiveness. And you have to tell every devotee whom you told. Like that. Asadu means he takes one small thing and blows it big. And Ati Asadu means others see only faults in others even when there are no faults. Such a person thinks in this world everybody is bad. Like once Dronacharya called both Duryodhana and Yudhishthira and told Duryodhana, go outside and come back in the evening and tell me one person better than you. And he told Yudhishthira, find out one person inferior to you. They both went out. Evening they came back. Yudhishthira Maharaj said, wherever I turned around, whomever I saw, I always found they have some good quality for me to learn from. Everyone is good, he said. I couldn't find even one person inferior to me. And he asked Duryodhana. Duryodhana said, the world is full of bad fellows. Wherever I turned around, everybody has some problem. I am the only one who is free from all faults, like that he said. Then Dronacharya told, Yudhishthira, you couldn't find a person inferior, here is Duryodhana, he said. Duryodhana, you couldn't find anyone superior, here is Yudhishthira superior. He told them. So in this way, so we have to be careful not to be in these 4 categories of Asadu, Asadu Tara, Asadu Tama, Atyasadu Tama. At least we should start with Mahat. Mahat means, Mahat thinks there may be a small bad quality in this devotee, but very soon it's going to be gone as he advances, like that he feels. So then Mahat, Mahattara, Mahatama, Ati Mahatama, that we should aim at in our life. We may not be Mahatara Mahatama, but we should aim at that. So now we have lost the time now. After this, there is one last one, which is hate not the sinner, hate the sin. This was the last one. Oh, then every site had a past, every business future. So these notes, I'll give it to Kamal Krishna Prabhu. If I give it to him, you all can get it, I think, correct, Prabhu? Yes. So he will circulate to all of you. So he will put it in your group, I think he will do that, okay? Shri Prabhupada ki. I can take questions 5 minutes. Anybody has any questions?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for the wonderful class.
Thank you.
So Prabhuji, you mentioned the statement, I don't know whether I understood correctly. It's like, don't trouble others and don't get troubled by others.
Correct.
So we cannot trouble, we try our level best to not trouble others.
Yeah, correct.
How we can control others so that they cannot trouble us?
Yeah, there's a method of doing that. Like one should, for example, somebody's association is very negatively affecting you. Some people ridicule us, correct, no? So we should keep away from them. Because sometimes we want to prove to them only that we are good. We repeatedly go to them, I did this, what do you say about it? We ask them. Like, Vishwamitra always wanted to prove to one person that he is good. Who is that? And he hurt himself again and again. Okay, one person is not accepting you. There are so many others accepting. Why don't you be peaceful? Sometimes, like when I am giving class, some devotee, when I appreciate one devotee, Prabhuji, please kindly tell that devotee that I am, whatever you told about me, that fellow doesn't know. Unfortunately, he is not in class today. Please kindly tell him, Prabhuji, everything. I was wondering why. Then I understood that devotee finds fault with this fellow, and this fellow wants to be in his good books, which is a very painful process. It is better for us to keep away from those who discourage us, See, sometimes our spiritual mentor also may correct us, but we know that's coming out of their affection. But somebody is affectionately not correcting you, somebody is doing it to really, make you miserable, make you cry, then it's better for you to be away from them and pray for them, and that will actually help you get out of the trouble. Correct, no? And everybody has somebody in this world with whom they have a tussle. Some people will not respect us, and we want respect only from them, and that is what makes our life miserable. So by forgetting them and keeping away from them, we can be a lot more peaceful. Correct, no? Yeah. Anybody else?
Yes, Prabhuji, but sometimes like the family members or relatives are there.
Actually, the family members are specially designed and sent to you by Krishna for your purification. Yeah. Krishna actually tailor makes. I was setting an example. There was one Mataji who was very responsible in money matters, saving money and spending money responsibly and keeping, she will allot budget and everything. But her husband was a very cool guy. If you put any money in his hand, it will go around. It will not stay at all. He was just the opposite. And they used to have a very hot dialogue. So Krishna, why he brings these two people together, she should learn to be a little more tolerant. And he should learn to be a little more responsible. So the course of their staying together, husband and wife, he will become a little more responsible and she will become more tolerant. And then both can go back to Godhead. So Krishna has given us, so one should consider one's spouse as a gift of Krishna. And the children also. So one should think like that. Actually, they have been designed and sent by Krishna to purify some tendencies I have, which I am not going to give up very easily, unless somebody like that very close to us comes in our life and they will reform us. So, it is a fact actually, it is not an exaggeration, it's a fact for everybody. Yeah, thank you.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Prabhuji, we have this action and reaction. So whatever actions we have done, we are
reactions are coming, correct? Yeah.
So if someone, I can take a fault finding or anger issue or anything out of the 6 qualities. So how do we know this is coming as a prarabdha, and what is the new karma that we are generating? Like how?
When we generate new karma, for example, if somebody is blaming me for something and I get back on them, then I'm creating new karma. On the other hand, I look for a meaning or if there is any element of truth in what they are saying, then I accept it. And if it is not true, then I tell my spiritual mentor that so and so is telling about me, but it's not true. I think so and so has misunderstood me. I have to clarify to somebody. I don't want to clarify to them, but I'm clarifying to you. Then a spiritual mentor is more mature and senior, they can explain to the other person. Correct now? And you can go on. But sometimes we retaliate back. We strike them back. Then we create new karma. There's one verse which says, Dharmam praveshi dharmagnya ruposi vrisha rupatra. He says that what is the second line? Suchakasyapi tad bhavet. If you put suchakasyapi tad bhavet in Bhagavatam, you'll get it. Yad adharma kritastanam suchakasyapi tad bhavet. It says that the cow and the bull are talking in the Bhagavatam first canto. He's saying that if somebody is delivering my own karmic goods to me, if I point fingers to them, then I create new karma, he says. For example, say one devotee in the yatra time, he was sitting under a tree with another devotee and chatting. He told one younger devotee, go and get me sweet rice. So this devotee went to get sweet rice, get my plate, he said. So that devotee brought a plate without sweet, he brought. Then this devotee asked him, hey, where is the sweet? He said, the sweet got over, he said. Now go to the kitchen, tell the head of the kitchen that I am asking for 1 cup of sweet. He will give you, because always they save and keep inside. So then he went to the kitchen, there was 1 bucket there. So he took 1 big leaf cup of sweet rice and he was coming. So meanwhile the devotee was talking to the other devotee. As the devotee came running to give him, he stumbled in a stone and fell. And sweet rice went like this. It fell on the ground. This devotee was so upset. He said, what a fool you are. You put it upside down on the ground. At least if it fell like this, we would have taken. And that he said, and the devotee said, what can I do? I stumbled in a stone, I'm sorry. And he was telling. Then he said, okay, go and bring again, he said. So again he went to the kitchen. So by the time that bucket from where he brought, that was taken and distributed. Not 1 grain was remaining. This devotee came back with empty hand and said, sorry Prabhuji, they say it's over. So this devotee became very upset. How it will be over? You just now brought 1 cup, where is the other things? So his friend was telling him, see Prabhu, today sweet rice is not written in your fate. It is written in the fate of the ants which are going to eat this. We say in Hindi, dane dane pe likha hai kane wala ka naam. See, this fellow, you send him 3 times to kitchen, you are not getting the sweet rice. Learn to be detached and don't blame this devotee. Cool down. Don't be upset with it. Because if you are upset with this devotee and scold him, you are creating new karma. You are not accepting the fate as it comes. Because you went 3 times. All the 3 times you could not get sweet rice. That means you should accept that God doesn't want you to eat sweet rice today. Is that clear? Like that one should think. When we try to get back, it goes back and forth. Then we create karma, they create karma, then we accumulate more and more. So certain things will happen in our life. We accept it and then think that, okay, what lesson can I learn from this? And how I can grow out of this? Like that we should think. When either people put some troubles in our life or Krishna puts us in a certain specific situation, rather than getting into a reactive mode. Reactive mode means retaliating back, striking back. If we get into that mode, our anger increases, hatred increases, fight increases, and neither good for us, nor good for them, nor good for the other devotees also. Correct, no? So, I can give you innumerable examples from Shastra, how many great devotees, take Parikshit, take Garuda along with Saubhari Muni. Like that you can take many, Ambarish Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, you can take many examples of great souls who teach us this principle. Yeah. You know Sukanya? Sukanya, there is a character in Bhagavatam. I'll tell you a long story cut short. She went with her father and soldiers to the forest. Father was talking to soldiers while she was with her other girls, roaming in the forest, watching different things. So she saw one hole in which something was shining like a gold or something. So he took a stick and put it inside and started bleeding. Blood started oozing out. She got frightened, called the father. And the father also said, "Oh, my child, I think some offense has happened because all the soldiers are feeling a stiff belly and constipation. They are not able to breathe also properly." Then immediately he went to the nearby hermitage, and there was a sage sitting there. He told the sage that such a thing happened. What is it? Sage said, he opened his eyes and said, "That is the extension of my body only. That your daughter poked with a stick, it bleeded." And then the king fell at his feet and said, I'm sorry. How can I, rectify the situation? Then he asked, "Is your daughter married?" He asked. Then immediately king understood, this fellow wants to marry my daughter. But the problem is, he was an old man, old yogi, and daughter is a very young daughter. So he turned to daughter and said, "If you marry him, everything will be peaceful. Otherwise he may curse our whole kingdom." Then she agreed. She married, but then he was an irritable fellow. He would get irritated on small things, but she was very chaste and faithfully served this old fellow. Because her father had told her to marry him. She married and served many years, and the story has a very happy ending. Later on, Ashwini Kumaras came and gave him a very youthful body. He got a very young and beautiful, handsome body, and they both lived happily ever after. You will see that. So, her chastity, her sincerity, her submission to the chastity to husband, submission to the father, and her tolerating his irritable nature, all these things ultimately gave a great gift to her. And he also changed his nature later on. He became a good husband. So, the reason I was telling you, Bhagavatam has such pastimes which teach us how to transcend these situations in this world by spiritual strength, rather than try to fight back from material point of view. Most people fight, you slapped me, I slap you. That's what most people do in this world. But a spiritualist can transcend the situation in this world by taking shelter, chanting the holy name, service to Hari Guru Vaishnavas. Then anybody who did wrong to us, they will get their fruits. Like Suruchi got her sinful reactions coming in her life. But Dhruva transcended it by following his mother and Narada. So he attained perfection in life. Correct, no? Thank you. Now it's getting late now. We will conclude here. We can conclude over here. One question in the online? Okay, quick.
When do we accept and move, and when to answer people back? Because sometimes it's important to answer back when people take you for granted.
Actually, we can give clarification sometime, but how much clarification you will give? Maybe once you give, somebody misunderstood you, you can clarify it. Like Parvati Mata misunderstood Chitraketu, and she cursed him. So he came down and told Mother Parvati, "I didn't offend your husband. I don't have any bad thoughts about him. I spoke it all with good intention." He said that, "I didn't find fault with Shiva. I told that other living entities will imitate him, and that will cause trouble to the world. Otherwise, Shiva is a great personality. You don't feel any pain in your heart that I offended your husband. At the same time, whatever curse you gave me to become a demon, I am ready to accept it." Like that he clarified. So we also can clarify sometimes if somebody misunderstood us. Please don't misunderstand me. This is due to somebody overlooking it, or I intended to do something and something else came out of this. I am sorry. We can clarify it with the good intention of helping them, not for justifying our stand, which may not be true sometimes. So in the path of spiritual life, the intentions matter a lot, because the super soul is watching our intention. Intention behind action, intention behind our speech. I don't say that we have to be passive and just go on tolerating whatever comes your way. We can clarify, but our motivation and clarification, intention and clarification, these are very important. Sometimes I have seen, when we try to clarify back and forth, it goes and both the hearts become dry sometimes. One simple example I tell you. One wife was telling her husband, in the evening, "I told you to bring this from the market, did you bring it?" Husband said, "You never told me. When did you tell me?" "Hey, morning I told you, don't you remember?" He said, "Morning? When? Which morning?" He said, "Today morning only." You were standing near the door, just were about to leave for the office. I told you, don't you remember? He said, no, you didn't tell me. He said, no, you were holding a phone in your hand, you remember? You were talking to somebody. Probably you didn't hear me, she said. No. I have 2 years, 1 year I am having phone. If you told me, I would have heard with this year. You never told me, he said. And he is saying, you never told me. She said, I have told you. And their back and forth argument is going on for 2 hours. Is it worth it? No. One out of the two has to give up. If he's an intelligent husband, what he can say? Maybe you told me, somehow I didn't hear you. Okay, now you tell me, I will go and bring it for you. And the problem? Solved. Or she can tell him that, okay, somehow or other it didn't reach your ears, it's all right. Now I am telling you, go. So like two goats come in a bridge and they fight. One is saying urgent, one is saying super urgent. Both want to go. And they fight like this, both of them fall into the river. You have seen that? Instead of that, okay, you want to go urgently, I sit down and then you go. Then both can go like this. Actually, we learnt all this in LKG, we learned, in kindergarten. We should teach the grown-ups, I think. Yeah. So I think that's where everybody want to prove they are right. Nobody want to improve. If you are in a mood to improve, we will not fight unnecessarily. Even if somebody blamed you for something which is not true, they misunderstood you, you can say that, oh, I will consider what you said. Thank you for your suggestion. I'll consider. Because you can think that this person is telling me with good intention to help me improve. You can always say that. So, how you deal with the world around is going to, our attitudes and intentions are very important because we want to peacefully go on in spiritual life. Quarreling with devotees creates a kind of dent in the heart and chanting of the japa gets affected also. Thakale saman korite shakati dekho nata yata yata tabeto gaebo harinama sukhe aparadha kapilata. So we want to become free from aparadha. Then it's best to not create a clash. Like for example, somebody blames me that, hey, why are you doing motivational talks? Like Instagram, I put some things. I tell the people, if I put something like a motivational talk, my intention behind that is, I want people to take self-help tools from the Shastras, like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. And also in almost every talk I bring in Rama, Krishna names. So instead of Bollywood, Hollywood heroes, they should see Rama and Krishna as a hero. That's my intention. So if somebody agrees to this, when I said this to one devotee, immediately he sent in WhatsApp one big obeisances he sent after that. There are other people who still argue. They say, no, you should speak as it is, you should speak only Krishna consciousness, you cannot speak anything. I say, okay, Prabhu, thank you for your advice, I will consider it, thank you. Because I told them I will consider it, when I will consider it, I will not tell them. And leave them. What can we do with such people? Because I am doing it with good intention and also people are benefiting, so I will go on. Because some people, no matter what clarification you give, they are not going to listen to you. Then take it cool. Don't unnecessarily become overly disturbed. Many a time we want to prove to that one person that I am right. You tell him, come here to my home, I am not going to leave you until you agree. Oh, that's a very painful thing. Neither will he agree nor will he be able to prove, and both will be catching each other's stuff and pulling and fighting. It will be never-ending argument in this world. So a person convinced against his will is of the same opinion still, it is said. So therefore we should, now I have a good friendship with the devotee and he is happy, at least I told I will consider, so he is happy that I am going to consider. So he is happy and both are happy now. So that's the point I was making. So this notes which I did, I focused on this aspect because many of you are already grown-up devotees. You are all section holders and initiated. There is also one elementary workshop on this, which is overcoming fault finding. So that is also available. But what I did here was little more advanced today, which I felt that it would be good for all of you today and yesterday what we did. See, any of you in leadership position, you can go to YouTube and just put MALT, you will get it. I'll just show you. MALT stands for Managers and Leaders. If you just put M-A-L-T, Radheshyam Das. MALT Radheshyam Das, you click this, You get this 41 videos. Only thing is it's in Hindi. I am going to do in English later. MAL stands for Managers and Leaders Training. So there you get all these kind of things. So this will give you, dealing with the Vaishnava community, lot of things are taught in this. Shri Prabhupada ki